here with the Traveling Epicurean. Last week we did the 5-minute pie crust, and I hope you all got that done and put it into your freezer because we are here today to bake that pie together. We're going to be doing a blueberry pie because blueberry is my favorite. I love all those bubbling juices coming through the pie crust and the aromas of the blueberries when we take it out of the oven. And we're going to decorate the top of the pie, not with lattice, but with this cute little maple leaf imprint that I bought at Williams-Sonoma. By the way, they're having a 70% off sale there. You should take advantage of this. I got all these cute little leaf cutters for only $5. Such a deal. All right, so let me take you through what we're gonna need to get this pie going. This is what we're gonna need to make our blueberry pie today. I have 4.5 cups of blueberries that I washed, dried, and sorted through to make sure there were no stems or overripe or underripe blueberries. A fresh lemon, a 1/2 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. I have some leaf cutters that will make the design of the top of the pie with. I have a marker, some kitchen scissors, a pie plate. I like using glass. And I have 2 pie crusts that are already prepared. You can look at our perfect pie crust in 5 minutes from last week if you need that recipe. And then parchment paper. This is kind of a secret of mine for rolling out the dough. And a cookie tray because we're going to lay out all the leaves on that when we start to cut those. All right, so let's get our blueberries coated in the refrigerator, and then we'll start rolling out the pie crust. Sprinkling some sugar on here, a 1/2 cup. Roll my lemon. Get the juices flowing in that. And then I'm going to squeeze 1/2 lemon on here, which is about a tablespoon. Make sure you don't get the seeds in there. That's why I'm cupping my hand. So it helps to catch the seeds. And then I'm going to just toss this. I'm going to put this in the fridge. And then we're going to start rolling out our pie crust. All right, that looks beautiful. Okay, into the fridge this goes. Okay, so this is my little trick for rolling out the dough. Look how pretty that dough is. See the little specks of the butter and the Crisco from when we made our pie crust last week. So I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to draw the pie plate shape on the back of parchment paper. We're going to roll out the pie crust in the middle of this parchment. It makes life so much easier. You don't have to worry about it sticking to the counter, especially if you're new at, rolling out pie crust dough. This makes your life really, really simple. You're going to be so happy I taught you this little trick. All right, so the circles are on the outside. It's just to give you some kind of inclination of how big you need to roll this out. So I'm just going to take some flour. You still need flour. And I'm going to just sprinkle it in the middle there. I'll put some on the side. And then I'm going to put the pie crust right on the flour. Just like that. I am going to put the other piece of parchment just right on top like that. Move everything out of my way so my roller has some room on the sides here. And then I'm going to start to roll. I'm rolling from the middle out. And I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on all 4 sides, just like that. Then I'm going to lift off the top piece. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to lift off the bottom piece. Brush that flour off there. Pull back, roll forward. Always from the center out. Pull back, roll forward. And I'm just going to keep doing this. Flip it over. You always have to, you're releasing the parchment so it can roll again. And see, it's coming to the circle on this side, not so much on this side. So I'm going to concentrate on going from the center here. And I feel like you're not manhandling. Remember, we don't want to manhandle the dough because that makes for a tough dough. You want to be gentle to the dough, not touch it as much. not push down really hard when you go to put it in the pie plate. It keeps it really tender. All right, that looks fantastic. Just like that. Now, the reason I really like this too is because we are going to use the parchment to help us get it into the pie plate. I'm going to put the dish down. I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to put my hand on top, and I'm just going to flip it over just like that. Isn't that beautiful? It's to be mended together. It's very simple. Don't push hard into the pie plate because that makes for a tough dough. All we're doing is just placing it into the pie dish, okay? That's all. And then if we have a little extra space, we could rip and tear and then mend it just like that. And that looks beautiful. I'm going to put this into the refrigerator. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then we're going to start to roll out the top portion and make all those little leaves that we're going to place on top of the blueberry pie. This is so gosh darn cute. I can't stand it. Oh my gosh. What a great little invention. Okay, so we're pushing down, and what this little center knob does is it puts the imprint of the vein on the leaf. But then you really have to just wiggle a little bit because you have to get through the pie crust. And then it's going to come out like this. And then you're going to take the spring and you're going to push, and it's going to help to pop it out like that. Keep going. I'm going to go through all of this dough here. Wiggle a little bit. And that one just came right out. Beautiful. And I'm going to start to put them on my tray here. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour. And then I'll just start to lay down all of our beautiful maple leaves. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to put these on the pie. So look, I have 17 cut out. I'm going to do a couple extra just in case. I think 17 is probably going to be more than enough. So I'm gathering up all this dough, put it back into a ball, into a disc, like this. Put a little flour back down because it's getting a little bit warm, you know, when you start to work with it. And make sure you have the right side. And then we're just going to roll this out quickly. I'm going to cut out 2 more. So I have 19. And look at this gorgeous tray. I'm going to put this tray into the refrigerator, get the blueberries out, we'll put them in the pie crust, and then we'll start placing our maple leaves on the top of our blueberry pie. Okay, look, I had this in the refrigerator, and it's not stuck. We don't want it pressed hard against the glass. We want this to stay tender. I don't have a lot of excess dough, so I'm just going to tuck it under because then we're going to make a little scallop edge with our knuckles here. So I'm going to show you how I'm just tucking it under. So I'm going to take my knuckle and I'm going to I like to use my thumb and my knuckle. You can use your 2 knuckles just like this. And I'll show it to you. See how that beautiful scalloped edge there? I like it a little bit pronounced. And then I flatten it out a little bit. All right, isn't that pretty? And like I said, it's very forgiving. If you see a spot you want to redo, just go right on over it. This is really beautiful. I love how that came out. All right, and I'm going to put the blueberries right in there. And then I'm going to put this back into the refrigerator while we mix some egg and heavy cream. We're going to paint the top of our leaves, and then I'll pull this back out because we're going to start to make the top of our pie with all those leaves. All right, so I have an egg yolk and a tablespoon of heavy cream. We're going to brush this on our leaves, and it's really going to help to make it beautifully golden in the oven, and then we'll sprinkle some sugar on it at the very end. So I'm gonna brush this on now. So cute. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a leaf and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm actually going to put the edge of the leaf and I'm going to adhere it to the edge of the pie crust. And then just take another leaf. It doesn't matter how you arrange it because it's going to be absolutely gorgeous, right? Oh, and you know what else I really wanted to do is I have some butter, and before we get too closely tied up here, I have about 1.5 tablespoons, and I'm just going to tuck some butter pieces in there. Almost forgot about the butter. Butter makes everything taste great, right? Especially sauces. So this just gives it that little extra flavor. We are almost done here. And I'm not going in any order, as you can see. You know, actually I'm going to grab a little thicker one here. And that's what's great about doing some extras, because then you can get a little bit picky and choosy, right? And then I'll put one more here. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful that pie is. Really pretty. I'm gonna put this into the refrigerator for 15 minutes while I preheat the oven, and then we're gonna pop this gorgeous blueberry pie into that oven. Wow. Okay, look, so I'm gonna take the 4 leaves that I have left. I'm gonna leave them on the parchment like this. I'm gonna put them into a Ziploc, just like that. And who's better than me? I'm gonna put these in the freezer. This way I have these cute little leaves I could put on something when I'm baking, and they're already done. I'll just take them right out of the freezer and use them. We did an amazing job. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this sugar, just ordinary sugar, right on top of our leaves that we place on top of this pie. Really pretty. I'm putting it on a cookie sheet, same cookie sheet that we use on parchment also, because those juices may bubble over a little bit. Instead of going in the bottom of your oven, they'll go on the cookie tray. Easy cleanup. All right, into the oven. I love the definition of the edges because we brushed it with the egg and the heavy cream. Just came out really beautiful. And I like to be able to just lay down the leaves. It doesn't have to be precise, and it comes out absolutely elegant. So I have our ice cream here. I'm really happy with the texture of the blueberries there. The cornstarch did a great job. It's not too stiff that it's pasty. It's a little bit loose. It's really perfect. So all we need now is a scoop of ice cream, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna put a little scoop right next to the pie there. Okay, so I feel like I have died and gone to pie heaven. This is really, really good. This is one heck of a blueberry pie. You're gonna love this pie. I can't stop eating this pie. I'm gonna have to bring some to my neighbors. I just have to say, this is one of the best blueberry pies I have ever had. I can't wait for you to make the pie. The perfect pie crust in 5 minutes. Make it just like we did tonight. I gave you that little trick to roll it out. That really helps. Wait till you try it. And all of the ingredients, you'll find this on my website at thetravelingepicurean.com. Have a really nice Thanksgiving. I can't wait for you to make this blueberry pie. Let me know how it turns out. Have a really great weekend. Ciao! Hi guys, Michelle here with the Traveling Epicurean. I am back. I actually bought these somewhere. Come on over here, and I'm gonna take it. Really will think that you got this from a bakery. You're gonna just be